recording. It was present to entire screen. I okay. Is my notepad file visible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Today we will do a quick revision. Okay, we will do a quick revision, and tomorrow we will be completing that Newman tool. How do we? How do we import, export, and share collection? Along with that, we will be going ahead and testing our collections and creating reports using the Newman tool and the command line tool. Okay. Uh, so today there's one thing which I want to especially talk about, which is a file upload. How do we perform a file upload in our post request? Okay, post input and patch request. How can we do that? Okay, before this, um, we did discuss about variables, right? We did discuss variables where we did discuss about global, collection, and environment variables, right? So let me copy this, copy and paste in here. So if we come to variables and let me workspace, web API badge, environment, and we have a variable in the environment, we have a variable in the global, as well as we will be having variable created in the yes. Okay, now first thing, global variable. Global variable can be accessible in the workspace. It means if you have created a global variable, this receipt name, okay, this global variable can be accessible in the complete workspace. I mean, you can access it in any collection, any folder, any request. Okay, it can be. You will not access it in the collection, but in any request, you can go ahead and access that particular global variable. I mean, this global variable is for the complete workspace. This complete workspace, okay, the complete workspace, the global variable can be accessible. We can access it, okay, we can take the value and we can use it in any of the collections, any of the requests, any of the folders, which is global variable. Now the next one is collection variable. Collection variable can only be accessed in this particular collection only. Only in this collection, under the folder, under the request. So the collection variable can be only accessed under the collection, only that specific collection. We can access that particular variable. We cannot access outside this collection. We cannot access that particular variable. This particular variables cannot be accessed outside, I mean in any other collections. We cannot access these variables in any other collections. It can be only accessed in this particular folder and this particular request. Okay, now the third one is environment variable. Environment variable can be accessed in all the collections. Yes, it can be accessed in all. Like if I go to environment variable, it this environment variable under the protection which we have, this can be accessed in all the collections, all every collection it can be accessed, every folder it can be accessed, every request it can be accessed. But we have to select the environment. If we don't select the environment, then if we say a different environment, no environment, or a staging environment, or a testing environment, and if we select this environment and if we try to access the production variable, the production environment variable, we cannot access it. That is the only difference. That is the only difference between global, collection, and environment variables. Any questions? Any questions?
No access.
Okay, great. Okay, now I
Hello.
have one.
Sorry for the interruption.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
can you go to the notepad?
Notepad. Okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
But we don't need to in environment accessible in all collection, but we need to switch.
Huh.
To particular environment. At that point, actually, I'm not
Which
that.
means we need to switch to particular environment means if we have create a variable in production environment, okay,
Hmm.
we have to switch to that particular environment in order to access the variable value.
Okay.
Okay, we cannot access it under testing, under staging, under no environment. We have to switch to that particular environment. Okay.
Which we have created, like we are created in production environment, then we have
Yes.
to choose the production.
Yes.
If it is created under testing, then we have to choose the testing.
Correct.
Okay, okay.
Correct.
Got
Okay.
it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, I have one question here. This is about chaining of API requests. Okay, a simple chaining of I mean, simple. What they say, positive flow. Simple positive flow. I want to check. Okay. Now I have four APIs. Okay. One, create a user. Okay. Then, still I spelled it wrong. Okay. Then get user details. Then update user address. Okay, then delete delete the user. Okay, these four are the APIs which we have. Okay, now can you tell me the positive flow of these four requests? How will you create a positive flow of these four requests, of these four API requests? How will you create a positive flow? Can someone say it? How do you go by this? A positive flow. How will you create a positive flow?
We start with get user details.
How Nadia, how will you get a user? Let's say there is no user created at all. So okay, let me add that point to her as well. Okay, no user record created yet. Okay, now
We start with get user details, and
sorry, we
then we
start
create.
with
We start with get user details.
how can you get user details? I mean, the,
Creates the user. We have to
huh,
create the user.
correct, correct. For if there is no user created, let's say in Facebook your account is not created, okay, and I'm trying to search Nadia, but I'm not getting the details at all. Why? Because there is no user account created for Nadia. So how can I get the details for you, right?
First, we have
Mm,
to create the details
Yes,
yeah.
so first
account.
we go with create a user. Okay, again spelled wrong. Create a user. Next.
Get the details,
Okay, get user details. Next.
then update, and then
Update,
delete.
Okay, update.
then
And
delete.
then
Wait, update.
update user address.
Update user address. Okay. Next.
Delete the
Delete the
user.
user.
Sure.
It's the last one.
Nah, I when you're testing something, how do you test a flow? How do you test a flow? These four are the
No,
APIs.
no.
These
First,
four are the
first,
uh,
first, we have to put like
You
no
need to
user
hit
records
the
created yet.
URL first.
no.
Uh,
Yeah,
We have to
URL
like
is
no
fine.
user. First,
huh,
One
we are
minute,
set.
Gautam. One minute,
Okay,
1 minute.
sorry.
Okay, we have four APIs. Okay, we have four APIs,
okay.
but I want to create a flow. I want to create a flow to check if everything is working fine or not. And a positive flow. No negative flow in this, no negative scenarios in this. A positive flow, but I want to check with a right sequence. Right sequence. Now tell me, how do you do it?
We have to create again user after we did the update.
Why do you create a user again?
No,
Just
we need to log in through the valid credential. After that, we will get the user details.
yeah, we done that. Okay, we have logged in and we got the
Huh.
user details. Then we have updated user address. Now, next, what you will do? Let's say here it
We need
says
to check
the
that address get updated or not. After that,
yes. How do you do that?
Get by get.
Correct. You again
yes.
you go ahead
Get user
and
details.
get user details to see if the address has been updated in this user or not. Right?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
say
Yes.
I live in Hyderabad. Okay. Now I have created an account. Okay, created an account with all my details and address being Hyderabad. Now, when someone search for me, he will get all my details with Hyderabad being the location. Then I update the address as Vadodara. Okay. Then later someone will check, right? Okay, where exactly this person is right now. Later when he checks, he will do check and he will see, okay, this person doesn't live in Hyderabad anymore, he lives in Vadodara now. So how does he get that information? By running this get user details API once again. Okay. Okay, now next what you will do?
Delete the user.
Okay.
Delete the user.
Okay, delete the user.
Then check, get the user details. Try to get the user details.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
That
So
details are already deleted or not
yes,
with
yes.
once.
So this is the flow. This is
Then at
always
last,
a flow.
uh, at last an error message should be displayed like no user
No,
found.
no, no, no. It's not an. It will not be
Log
an
out.
error message.
Okay,
It will
okay,
be an
okay.
output message stating that
Yes, yes, yes.
user not
If we
found or
delete
user
like
uh,
yes, yes.
user
On the
is
record,
not
it should
found.
not be displayed.
It is not an error message. If I went ahead and deleted my account and someone is
Mhm.
trying to find my account, he will not find my account, which is not an error message,
Output message. Sorry, my mistake.
which is a
Output
right
message.
output message, right
Mm.
message. Okay, so this is how each and every API should be tested in a positive flow. Okay, make sure whenever you're doing any checks, okay, whenever you're adding, whenever you're updating, or whenever you're deleting something, make sure that you have, I mean, over there in the output, it will say, okay, when I run this API update user address, the output might be, okay, address has been updated successfully. But how will you check it? Okay, how will you check if the address has been updated successfully or not? By running this API again. By running this API again, you will find that, okay, address has been updated to Vadodara now. Okay, he doesn't live in Hyderabad anymore. He lives in Vadodara now. Okay, then you delete the user. Then it will say, okay, user has been deleted successfully. Then you should not leave there. You should check if the user has really got deleted from the database or not. That is how you check is get user details. It should say user not found or the record not found or something not found. Okay, this is a flow. This is called chaining of API requests, or you can say positive flow. In the same way, you can also do a negative flow. So, very main. I mean, it's always main that you chain your requests, and those requests should give you the right flow and right information. This is a main part when it comes to once you have this flow understood, then you can easily create any automation script, any automation flow, any automation script you can create. But you need to understand this flow first. Okay, how should I create a flow? Okay, now if I come in here, okay, we have add product, then ignore this negative scenario. Okay, get single product, get all products, update product, and delete product. Now, can someone tell me the positive flow of this? Okay, let me minimize. Okay, now someone tell me for this add product for products collection, add we have, get a single we have, all products we have, update we have, and delete we have. So can someone, okay, there is no product created till now. Okay, let me say no product created.
First add a product by post.
Okay, add a product, then
Then check it with a get a single product.
get a single product. Okay, how do you check? I mean, will you will have an when an product is created and ID is created, right? So you'll use
Yes,
that ID in this get a single product. Okay,
yes, yes.
and you can also use slash. I mean, either you can use all products,
All
right?
products, yes.
Hmm. Next,
And update a product.
okay, update a product. Uh,
Then get like check it details. Like get
Okay, and here also here we will as we have updating only single product. Let's say with
yes.
get a single product. Okay.
Like it is
Hmm.
updating or not.
Hmm.
Then we can
Next,
delete a product,
delete up, delete the products. Okay.
and we can check by get it is deleted or not.
Okay, how, which one will you use?
Like delete method. Oh,
No,
sorry,
no.
sorry, get. After
Okay,
delete, get.
which get method?
Mm,
Protect.
but like the last product details which we have like updated, we can check
Huh?
with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We have deleted a product. Let's say we have deleted a product with the product ID being 16, 15. Okay.
Okay.
Now, which get request will you see, will you use in order to see the flow, in order to complete the flow?
15 we can by check 15 or yes, yes.
Yeah,
The current
which get request? You'll go with get a single
get a
product
single, get a
or
single.
all products?
We can check first get a single, and after that we can check also all products.
Why will you use all products again when you are checking with
If
single?
if it is like multiple product, then we can do check with it
Nah,
like
this is a
it.
single product. 15 is a
Yes.
single product.
So
Then, hmm,
we can go for get a single product like get
why
request.
will you not use all products?
In all products we have to put the like if product 15 is deleted, then we
Uh,
have to check with that id na. If we are not checking with that id, like
uh,
if it is like 2000 products are there, so how can we
uh,
get the details?
okay, let's say 2000 products are there. Okay.
Mm.
So you will go ahead and check with the single product, right?
Yes.
Okay. But at times it might stay under all products. It might stay under all products. So you
Mm.
need to also check. It's not
Check,
or
yes, yes.
here. You should.
Mm.
It's not or. It's and. You should go with all products as well. Okay. It
Okay.
under single
Like
product it might say okay, product not found, but all products at times. Why? Okay, why do we check this? It's an extra effort from the tester to see there is no bug, there is no issue. I can say no bug under all products. Where we delete a product, it should not list under all products as well, all products API as well, because this is a different code and this is a complete different code. Update a product, you don't need it. Okay, update a product, you don't need it, and add a product also, you don't need it. But when you're deleting something, make sure it is deleted from all the APIs, from all the get APIs,
like
from
it
all
will
the
be
get.
store in cache or cookies also na, for that
Yeah,
reason,
no,
yeah.
no, no. Yeah, when you delete a product, then it should delete from the cache and cookies as well. So that
Mm.
is where you need to check in all get products that that particular product ID, 15 number product ID, is not present in any of the get requests. Okay. Yeah, cache and cookies will pull that and save it under another APIs. There are chances. So that is why, in order to see if there are no bugs with any of the get requests after deleting a product, you need to check with all the get requests.
Okay,
Get
it
a
is like
single.
it is also like store in the database also na, like it will be stored as a temp file in the database.
Postman doesn't connect with the database, Gautam. I mean,
Okay, UI on the UI.
you cannot see the. I mean, in order to connect with the database, from Postman, in order to connect with the database, you need a third-party tool. Okay, that
Okay.
database testing is completely different. API testing is completely different. Database, you can go ahead and check, like select star from where the product ID equal to 15. And I mean, that query you can put in and you can see if there is no record found, then well and good. But API, when it comes to API testing, we are good with the, testing with get all APIs. That's more than enough.
Okay.
You
One
should
more
not
thing.
find, hmm,
Okay. One more thing. I would like to know. Like, Postman is working on like two tier or three tier.
two tier or three tier.
Hmm.
I'm pretty not sure about this. I'm pretty not sure. What do you mean by two tier and three tier?
Like on the network, like three layer of connectivity, like single layer connectivity, like a local. Okay. I'll discuss tomorrow. Like I have to little bit share about. all these things.
But yeah, but that is an architecture thing. Why
Yes,
do
yes.
we need?
Actually, architecture thing is
Yeah,
there.
why do we need an?
Hmm,
Okay, still, huh? You can
hmm.
discuss tomorrow. I'll also check if
Yes,
it
yes.
is a two tire or three tire. But
Yes,
uh,
yes.
I think it's a application layer, so it's in the
Yes, it
middle
is
layer.
application layer,
Uh,
presentation layer, or it is
yeah,
database layer.
database
Like,
layer. But yeah, APS comes under application layer, which we have discussed. I think. Let me show it to you. If this gives you an answer, hopefully, if
Yeah.
this gives you an answer, then APS session
Session
testing
one.
one. Nine. Okay, 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 okay.
Yes, that.
Okay. Server rest. Huh. Is this what you're asking for? Because API comes in here, server is here, client is here, and database is here, and so across layers it's um,
and one more thing, like it is intranet or internet.
internet, internet.
Internet, na?
It's
Okay.
internet. Huh. And if it is, if you're asking about two tire and three
Three
tire,
tier. Yes, yes.
then I'm not sure because that is architecture level. We will not be questioned. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
in our interviews, if I'm pretty not sure that someone asked about two tire or three tire, but
And
if
like on the past like past day, or maybe after some session, I will ask about YouTube. So there may be some like changes, like multiple APIs are used, so application to application it may be difference for like architecture, application architecture.
hmm,
So that is also a thing, it will be considerable.
okay,
Okay, we'll discuss like I have also like some more information about that structure also. After that we can go for.
okay,
Okay, thank you.
welcome. Okay, so yeah, sorry. So we are done with chaining of requests, API requests. So this is how you do it, chaining of API requests. Okay, next, um,
Sorry, sorry. I should actually. I didn't get it much for this. No products created. Sorry.
which one? Sorry, which one you didn't get it?
Second one, no products created. The logic, between this,
This one?
yeah, yeah, from the beginning, like add products and then get
Huh?
single products. How you did it, like the flow.
Okay, this one, I've used this products collection. Add a product, then get a single product, then all products, then update a product, then delete a product. So I've used these APIs to explain the particular flow.
Also, they are already given.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay. So, hmm, okay.
This you can find this I think under dummy JSON. Under dummy, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's dummy JSON.
Yeah, it's done.
On dummy JSON maybe. Postman dummy JSON. Where exactly is that dummy JSON? Dummy JSON. Uh, dummy JSON. Wait, I'm not able to find dummy JSON. Huh. And docs. In here, if you go to products, huh, in here products, then here you have all the list of products. Okay, a complete list of APIs, a complete list of APIs. I've selected few. I've selected few. So once I've selected a few from these APIs, then I explained using those APIs. I've explained the a positive flow. How do you create a positive flow?
So we must create it in this order.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
Always, whenever you are creating any APIs, negative flow and a positive flow. Positive flow should be like once I have created an account, I will check if my account is created or not. Then I'll update an address. Then I'll check if my address is updated or not. Then I'll delete my account. Then I'll see my account is completely deleted or not. So that is how the flow is, right? That is how the flow should be. I mean, you cannot say like, okay, I have updated address, And now you cannot believe yourself stating that okay, the address has been updated, I need not to check it anymore. That should not be the that should not be the case. And I have deleted my Facebook account. Now I'm pretty sure the account is deleted, but that should not be the case. You should go ahead and see, like, my Facebook account is really deleted or not. You will check
So
once, right?
yeah, after each change, each update or each
uh,
creation, we have to go for check. We go for gets yes to
yes,
be
yes,
sure.
yes,
Even if even after creation, like we create something.
yes. After creation as well, you need to use get request.
Okay, thank you.
Get request is used multiple times, multiple times.
Yeah.
Why exactly we use get request? To see if my data is added, is updated correctly or not. If my data is updated correctly or not. If my data is deleted correctly or not. It should, if it is deleted, it should not be saved in any of the get requests. It should not be, my data should not be pulled from any of the get requests. It should be blank. It should be zero. It should say no data found, no user found, no product found.
Okay.
That
So
is why
actually,
we
yeah, in the morning I was asking, are these APIs like they put them in the documentation, like the gets and then the
hmm.
post, and this, are they related to each other or just they are
Yes, yes,
random?
yes,
They're
yes.
connected.
See, yeah, they are connected. See, we are just using, okay, if I let me, we are using the APIs. APIs are the same. The APIs which we are using, they are the same. The data is same. Everything is same. But we are duplicating them. We are just duplicating, and it is only the get request which we are duplicating. Like, okay, let me create a collection here, and let's say it as positive flow. Okay. Now close all tabs. Now, first, what will I do is, let's say there is no product created at all. There are zero products created. So, what I'll do first, I'll add a product, right? Okay, I'll add this product. Okay. Add request, post, and
Body.
name it as
Yeah.
add product. Okay, and then give a body raw JSON and mm, yeah, and I'll save it and send. Okay, sorry. Save it, send. Okay, now we need to see if this product is added or not. Okay, we need to see if this product is added or not. How do we check if this product is added or not? We will use one of the requests, one of the
Gets.
API requests. Okay, so we'll go with the get single product. Okay, let's go with single product, and I'm pretty sure this will not work, but it's just imagine. Okay, it worked. Okay, because this is a dummy once. That is the reason it doesn't work. Where exactly I can add a positive flow, add request and get single project. Okay, and let's say here we have placed 195 is the ID, right? What was the ID of the product? It was 195. ID was 195. So we are using 195 here, and click on send.
It means you added the product number 195.
No, the product which I've added, it generated an ID of 195. I haven't provided any ID. I've
Okay.
just provided the title, the product that I want to add. That is the only thing. I mean, if I come here, add a product. Okay. If I come to add a product, See, this is all we need to give. We should just give the title. We should just give the product ID. Then the output will provide the output which comes out is ID and the title. ID. ID is auto generated. ID is auto generated when we run this particular request.
Mhm. Yeah, I understood. Yeah. So that's why they
Actually,
said they are related. Yeah. So you sorry. So you
sorry.
take the ID from post from the response of post and you put it when you put the link of get.
Yes.
They are connected. Mm.
Yes, yes. Now you
Okay.
see that if this 195 product has been created successfully or not. This is a dummy JSON. That is the reason we are not finding it. But it will say, okay, we have 195 ID. We have 195 product ID created with the information. Once this is done, then you will go with the update one. Okay, you'll go to update
The
product.
same, the same happen also with the token. We take the token, when it
Sorry, Nadia.
generates the
I mean, it's very low. Your voice is very low.
token. Yes, I said it's the same with the token. When it generates the token, we take that token and we put it for the next if to get.
Nah,
Yes.
okay, yeah, that is different. Uh, Token thing, I'll come to that token thing as well. I'll come to that token thing. But this is just chaining. I mean, we don't have any tokens, nothing. We are not talking about authorization at all. We're talking about simple API requests. Simple API requests, how exactly the flow should be chained. How exactly the flow should be chained. That is all we are talking about here. I mean, how exactly? First, we add a product, then we get the information of the product, then we update a product, then we get the information of the product. If the update is done successfully or not, then we delete a product, then we get the information of the product to see if the product is really deleted or not.
Okay.
Okay,
One more thing, as is like you were saying, ID is randomly generated. Like if any orange HRM like application is there, and
uh,
I am trying to create an employee ID, which ID is 101. So it is user defined, na? So it is not auto generated.
Gautam, every application, every website has its own way of doing it. Okay. You cannot compare Orange HRM with dummy JSON or dummy JSON with
Okay.
any other application. Okay.
Like application to application, it is depend upon the
It is
structure.
different. It is different. See, if you come in here, okay, let me go to add a product. Okay. Do you see anywhere in here that I'm giving a product ID? Anywhere in this JSON, I'm giving anywhere in this body, am I giving a product ID?
No,
Then
only
how
name is mentioned.
exactly a 195 can I give it? It's auto generated, right?
Okay.
It is auto generated. I mean, we are not giving anything here. We are not giving, okay, ID should be 195 only. We are not providing any information that it is auto generated.
So can we like put a ID here, like edit on
Where?
the.
Where? In here?
Yes, yes, like
Why will
after
you
title we can.
why will you put ID, Gautam? When developer himself is saying that this is what the body should be, why will you put ID here? Why you want to put ID here?
Okay.
No, I'm just asking why exactly you want to put ID here. When this is
For
the
no,
only
should
this is the
should I
only body, huh?
like my concern was like if I am giving the title as BMW pencil, so
Huh?
if I put the ID
Hmm,
BMW pencil ID should be like 101 or
hmm.
maybe 201, so it will be created or not. So that was my concern.
No, that is called negative testing. That is negative
Okay.
testing. We are not talking about negative testing here. And you said ID should be, if I when I said auto generated, you said like, can we provide ID here? Okay. Now you're confusing me. You want to test negative testing, or you want to you want to say that this ID we will provide, and why should it auto generate? We should provide it.
Okay. So
No, no.
according.
My question here is, you want to test negative testing, or you want to provide this ID in the request?
Actually, I want to provide the ID in the details.
Okay, why exactly you want to provide ID in the details?
Like I want to testing that it is taking the value which I put. It's like a valid, like it is adding or not. That was my concern.
Okay, why exactly you want to test that?
So I want to know like it is accepting or not the value.
Asserting.
Uh, yes, yes. For accept, like it is already auto generated. So if user put ID details, so it is like it is created or not. Like it is automatically created ID 195. So if
Yeah,
I put like 101, so it is uh, on the like it is created or not. So that was my concern.
cre- cre- created of what?
Like ID, particular ID.
Okay, let me write this once again. Yeah, okay, let me go to this demo jar only and add request and text post and okay and body raw JSON. Okay, now you tell me. Just let me put this double quotes in here. Now tell me you want me to okay comma.
Put a comma on the last.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
And ID,
Now
double quote
ID.
ID,
Uh,
colon
hmm.
102.
Hmm.
Okay. Then save it, send it. It is, but here by default 195 is. So actually this is my concern. Like it is taking or not.
Taking what?
Like ID I have put it 102, but it is
Uh,
creating 195.
okay, now I have a question. Why did you ask me to put this 102?
Like but we can give some random value, not like
Yeah, yeah.
102.
Any okay, let me go ahead and say it as a random value. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Now tell me why you wanted me to put this ID. ID. Why do you want me to put this ID thing here?
It's to create.
Like I want to know that the ID which the like the dummy JSON site is already created with 195. It is
Hmm.
replacing with my existing like existing value which I have provided or not.
Existing value. Where did you get that existing value thing?
Like
Uh,
actually I've given like 102, but
yeah,
it
yeah.
is
From where
not
did you get that
replacing the value with
102 number?
ID by in the ID section.
Yes, Gautam. From where did you get that 102? I mean, is it written in any of the documentation or is it provided to you that you can use this 102?
No, if I give the title as BMW pencil, and if I want to put ID, a unique ID like 102 yeah, something according to. uh,
Hmm.
So it is like it is adding or not. That was my concern.
Gautam, you're confusing yourself a lot.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Let it,
Yeah.
let it.
See, if you're learning different things at the same time, it will really confuse you a lot. To make it very simple, very, very simple, if, see, whatever the JSON body is provided, let me go to REQRES. Okay. 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 Register successful one. Here, this is a body, right? Okay. This is a body. When we use this body in a request, ID and token is generated. Okay. Now, will you say that no, I don't want ID 4 to be generated. I want my own ID to be added here. Okay, now when you create a Facebook account, what all information will you give?
like name,
Hmm.
first name, last name, middle name, then
Ah,
password, then age, then address,
yes.
kind
Okay.
of things.
Now when the Facebook account is created successfully, it will
Mm.
create an ID for you, right?
Yes.
Okay. Will you say no, no, I don't want that ID. I want my own ID, and you give some random value. Will it accept?
No, no. Like it is create an unique ID
Yes. Yes.
for
That unique
every.
ID is what we have created in here.
Okay.
195 was a unique ID. I mean, there are already 194. Okay, let me go to that and get all products. So, mm, see, there are 194 products if you see, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay, so next product which you are adding should be 195, right?
yes.
Okay. You cannot say like you're not updating anything. Okay, you're not updating. You're adding a product. So when you're adding a product, then it should be the next product, right? Which is added. 195 is the next product, right? You
Yes,
cannot
yes.
give the ID as 102 and you cannot expect that to be as a BMW pencil, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So it will add, yes, yes.
No, no, no. Tell me.
Like it is like it is default.
It's it's not default. It's yeah. It's like yeah. Let's go with default. Huh? Let's go with default. So once 195 is created, 195 product is created. Now next you add something else uh, like a textbook. Okay. What should be
So
the ID?
it is like 196, 195 is greater than it will be 196.
196, right? It cannot be
Yes, yes.
195. It cannot be 100, right?
Okay.
Right.
If the value is already allocated there, then we can change it.
Ah,
Okay.
you're not updating anything. You're just adding a product. You're adding a next product. If at the very first beginning of the Facebook, when it was created, very first thing, okay, who was the creator of Facebook? uh,
Mark
Sorry,
Mark
who?
Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, he created his account for the okay, first account was created for him, so the ID
Mm.
would be one, right? The
Yes,
first
yes.
account would be one. Then the next CEO or someone who has or the developer who has created a Facebook, he might have created his account. Then his ID would be two, or the BA might have. Then a tester said, "Oh no, I also want to create an account." Then he created his account. Then the ID would be three, right? You cannot say no, no, no. I want ID to be one. I cannot be ID to be three. No, right? The sequence, it goes by the sequence, how the products are added, how the accounts are added. The id is auto generated. You're adding a product, adding an account. Now coming to your question, okay, now how your question should be is, let's say, okay, I need to add that. What's it?
Get it. Like it is in negative scenario, we can test it.
Negative scenario also you cannot test it. Negative scenario also you cannot test it. Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, son. Negative testing also you cannot do it. The reason being, JSON body is only title BMW pencil. This is all you need to pass. This is all you need to pass. So how would you do a negative testing here? You remove this BMW pencil and you can add some random characters or special characters or numbers. Okay, or you can give this title as title 01. So make changes here, but do not add anything. Do not add anything, but because that is not how the code is written. That is not how the code is written. If you want to do negative testing, make changes here, but do not add anything. Okay, until it is said in the documentation. Until it is said in the documentation. Okay. Okay. Now coming to, you can delete that, right? Okay. So, now coming to the next thing, authorization. Okay, authorization is also, it's also related to chaining of API requests. It's also related to chaining of API requests, but authorization can be used in the next request. Like, you got the token here. Okay, let me go to that authorization thing. So in here, we got the tokens. We got the token. Okay. This token, this token should be used in the next API request, which it is asked for, which is where exactly the token is asked. Those all places you need to use that particular authorization token. In here, it didn't ask. Okay, here authorization was asked, and same authorization was asked in here. No, no. So if you come in here, this is where we created a token. Then we go to get authorization user. This is where it is asking for the token. This is where it is asking for the token in order to get the successful response. In order to get the successful response, we need the authorization token to be used. So what? So it is all about whenever you created a token. Whenever the main if I go in here, mm, which one should I go for? Okay, I think this one is best. Bookstore. Okay. In here, I generated the token. Okay. The token is generated here. Okay. The token is generated here. Then I have authorized it as well. Then in here, get all books, I think. In the next subsequent request, positive request, the authorization is not required. But in the next request, it is asking for the authorization. Okay, it is asking, I need a token in order to get a successful response. In order to get successful response, how we will get to know, like, where exactly the authorization is used and where exactly the authorization is not used, information is not used in the request. Where exactly we will find that information?
Documentation.
Sorry.
Documentation.
Correct, correct, correct. So it all depends upon the documentation. In documentation, it should be mentioned, like in this, once you have generated a token, once you have all the information about the token, what authorization that you need to use? Is it a bearer token or a OAuth 2.0, whichever, that information should be provided, and also in which request that authorization token needs to be used, and in which request the authorization token is not used or not required. All that information is provided in the documentation. So same way as Nadia. So in here, you create a token, and then you create a flow in here. Here I have, I've went ahead and created a positive and negative flow in all in one. But you can separate it. You can separate it. Positive flow in one folder and negative scenarios in another folder. In the same way, you can create a flow, and then you can, let's say here in create a user. Before creating a user, we need authorization token. Okay, authorization token. So we went ahead and we went ahead ran this request, and we got the authorization token. Then in here, we need authorization. Okay, here uh, needed. So we give an authorization token here. Here in this request, auth not needed. So we don't give it here. And then update user address, we need auth needed. So we give authorization here. And again here same, authorization not needed. Delete user, yes, we need authorization. And again get user. So this is how you combine an authorization flow with a positive flow or with a negative flow. If the authorization is included in that particular collection or a request, a set of requests. If authorization is not included, it's just creating a user and getting user details, then you can just go with this flow. But if authorization is required, then you combine authorization with the flow, a positive flow or a negative flow, and you run your collection.
Ashish, this order of the APIs, like
Hmm.
first first you have to go for example get, and then is we follow the same order this is given in the documentation. Like for example here we have
Hmm.
to start with the token, and then we
Hmm.
have to go for create a user, and then we have to go for get. This is already given like this. This flow is given like it is already in
No,
documentation.
no. In documentation, it will you will only be provided with. Okay, let's go here.
So many gets and then so many
Yes,
posts. Yeah.
yes. It is you who have to analyze and create a flow. It is our job, a tester's job, how to create a flow and how to analyze it, how to go step by step. It will be very simple. Okay, it will be very simple. It's I mean, it's not a huge task. Like in the same way, in a Facebook account, first you create an account, then you check your account is created, then you update something, then you again check if the update was done successfully or not, then you delete an account, then you again check if the account is deleted or not. Same way, if there are multiple posts and multiple puts and patches and multiple gets, then you will get to know once you practice on a daily basis and once you work on a daily basis, you will get to know, okay, after this request, I need to add this request in order to check if everything was working fine, which I have done in the previous request, that is reflected in the next request. Okay, documentation doesn't give you the flow, doesn't give you the, okay, you should go in this flow, you should go in this flow. It doesn't, no documentation gives you that flow because that is our job. Positive flow, negative flow, and a combined flow, positive and negatives combined flow, that is our job to create. It only gives you
So
the request information.
but how, like how we can make this flow from the documentation? So we have to open each.
Practice. We have to practice. When we practice and when we understand, okay, after this this is what we need to do, we will get to know. Once you practice a lot, you'll get to know, okay, see, after creating a user, if there is no user created, record created yet, when you get go with this get user details, you will find zero records, right?
Yeah, but this is for user is easy. This is the most common use.
Sorry,
Like
Nadia, I mean, it's very low. I mean, voice
yeah,
is very
sorry.
huh.
So
Hmm.
this is for the user. This is the very common used
Huh. Yes.
example. But sometimes you get like complicated stuff. Like how like is there is technique how to like we have to start first to open the inputs, and we read all the code here, and then we try to understand what is it about.
Yeah.
Or I like from the documentation how we understand, the flow, the positive, and
Uh,
then from positive we can make ourselves the negative. But how to extract that information from the documentation.
it's not from the documentation, it's all about the practice. It's all about the practice and it's all about how we think and how we analyze it. Okay, let me go with simple books API. Okay, in here we have multiple gets and multiple post things. Okay, first we have API status, then register API client, So this is how a flow. I mean, if you go in here in the documentation, view complete documentation, here the documentation did say, okay, this is how the flow is, but this is just a positive flow. Then if you want to create a negative flow, then yourself should analyze, okay, this is what I need to use, this is what I need to add, this is what I need to remove, this is what I need to update in order to create a negative flow. Same goes with if I go with any other perfect store of this this also has a flow. Rotation. Actually, ha, this I think is an example. Here we have search Amazon, Amazon price request, send notification, then update environment, right? So how would you create a positive flow over here? How would you create here? It hasn't given you any flow. Okay, it hasn't given you any flow. You have to analyze it. The- it has only provided you the request information and what all you need to provide in the body. If it is a post request, what all you need to provide in the body. That is all it has given. But it is we who have to analyze it. Let's say search amazon.in, okay, and Amazon price request, send notification, update environment. Let's say, okay, first we need to do send notification. Okay, before send notification is not working, then we need to see, okay, why exactly it's not working. There is no data at all. Then you will go for Amazon price request. So first you need to work this out on a notepad. At the beginning, I mean, I say at the beginning, you go ahead and work it on Notepad. Take all the requests here. Okay, name all the requests. Okay, these are the requests. Search is one request, and then Amazon is one request, and then send notification is one request. Then update environment is one request. Okay, then see, okay, how exactly it is working. Then say, okay, this is if I want to create a positive flow, then the first thing I need to check is Amazon. Then then I need to search. Okay, okay, then here, then I need to send notification. Okay, then again I need to search for Amazon. Then you will see, okay, send notification is updated in the Amazon request. Then you go ahead and update environment. Then you go ahead and search for, let's say, search, or no, no, let's go with Amazon only. Then you can see, okay, update environment. Here Amazon, the environment has been updated. So first work it on the notepad, see if you can create a flow. Okay, same flow. If once you have created, create a folder here and update the same, add the request in the same flow. So it is all about, I mean, uh, take one take one example, take one thing. What I say is, which one? Which, okay, go with REQ RES only. Okay, in REQ RES, here, see which are the response of 200. Okay, this is 200, this is 200, this is 404. Leave this 200, 200. Leave this as well. Okay, create is 200, 201. Update is 200. 200. Okay, create a flow for this thing. Okay, create a flow. Leave negative requests. Leave negative requests. Okay, REQRES. Go to this website. Go to this website and take all the positive ones. Okay, take all the positive responses. Don't go for this 404 response. Only the ones which are in green. Take all those requests, put it in a notepad, then create a positive flow.
A
And
logic, yeah.
sorry.
A logic. It must be logic. Like we cannot start from updates and we didn't create at all. So it's
Yes,
like
yes,
more logic, yeah. Mm.
yes. So try this out, and it is not for only for you. for everyone, if they want to create a positive flow and if they want to see if they are doing it correctly, please use this RAQRES and go with only the positive response, and then create a positive flow. See if you can create a positive flow, and that positive flow, once you have worked it on Notepad, create a collection and see if you can run that, and if it is completed, then I can check it tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. So it will
Okay.
really
Thank
help you. The reason being, in testing, that is the most important thing: positive flow and negative flow. If we cannot create a positive flow and a negative flow, it will be really tough for us. Really tough for us. So yeah, create a positive and negative flow. And authorization, we can combine. If we have authorization token, we can combine in this way. I mean, create a user where authorization is needed, then here authorization is not needed. But authorization, we can take it later. But simple one. I mean, simple one. Just go ahead and create a thing. Okay. Now,
So,
hmm,
sorry, Ashish, just
yeah,
one thing.
yeah.
This token, like the authorization, is it
Uh,
you that you decide if it's needed or not, or based on the documentation?
Documentation, based on the documentation.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Based on the documentation, you can, it will be said that we need authentication authorization here. Like if I go to some Swagger website, okay. Here, now if you see here, this is a authorization lock. Okay, this is a authorization lock. Okay, authorization, this is a lock. These requests, the ones which have this lock icon. Mm, okay. Oh, sorry. The lock icons, okay, wherever there are lock icons, these requests need authorization. Okay, these requests need authorization token. Now these are the ones which doesn't have locks, right? These are the ones which doesn't have locks, so these doesn't need authorization tokens. So
There.
documentation, yeah, documentation will provide, stating that here, when if we go in here and let's say try it out. Okay, and if we say execute, here it will be asking for a authorization token. Okay, some token, we need to provide a token. Okay, let me go in here, pet upload image over here and try it out. And here it will be asking for an authorization token. Definitely it will be asking for an authorization token. So that documentation will provide you, like if we need an authorization token or not. And same way, if it doesn't need it, then it will say blank, we don't need an authorization token. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I see that testing on Swagger maybe is easier than Postman because
No,
it's
no,
you
no,
have
no.
everything.
Nah, it's Swagger. It's very little information is provided in Swagger, to be honest. And you don't have all this. I mean, what is a response and okay. This information. If I close all tabs and create this headers and cookies and this size and console. This all you don't find it in Swagger. You really don't find it in Swagger. That is why
Yes.
that is why Postman is mostly widely used, and rest assured as well. Rest assured is a completely different thing, but Postman is widely used after SOAP UI. I can say after SOAP UI. Swagger is just to be honest, it's a developer's friend, not tester's friend.
Yeah, yeah, they use it. Yeah, they
Yeah,
use
they
it.
use it. It's not tester's friend for testing. And in Swagger, you tell me where exactly can you write your automation script? Okay, if I come in here, mm, let's go so and so. Okay, here you don't have. If I come in here, try it out and say execute. Okay, you don't have any option. Okay, there is no option for you to write automation at all. There's no option. There's no
Mhm.
place for you to write automation script, automation code. There's no place at all. You have to come back to Postman in order to do an automation. So why do you want to use two? two tools
I
at once.
Yeah, yeah. The
So
developers they just test
yeah,
manually. I
just
saw
yeah, it
they
is
use.
only for them. If we are asked to test on Swagger, just for once, we can just test it. But we always come back to Postman in order to write, uh, like what is it? If I add in here,
Automation code.
yeah, automation or many things are really done on. I mean, it's a tester friendly, I can say. Um, Successful post request. See, this is where you can save it and you can then run this. Then you can see the test results, but you don't find that on Swagger.
Mm.
And
So you don't
yeah,
we don't need to learn Swagger like to add
Swagger
it in the
is really
CV.
not required. To be honest, Swagger is really not required. Very rarely used and very rarely asked. In I mean, I haven't seen uh, any
That's the
requirement, any job requirement asking us Swagger. They might ask SOAP UI. Okay. They might ask rest assured. No, they might ask SOAP UI. They will ask rest assured. They will ask Postman, but not Swagger. Swagger is
okay.
very rarely used. Very rarely. Okay.
Okay. So
So
just waste of time to learn it.
yeah, we will definitely discuss Swagger as well. I mean, one session we'll go with Swagger, but I'll keep it at the very last. Very last.
Yeah.
And please, to be honest, please don't go with Swagger, okay? Because
Yeah.
it will really confuse things, and you will find difficulty in really learning the API testing. You'll find difficulty because that's completely different. You can't go ahead and create a collection. You can't create a flow, a positive or a negative flow. So there are a number of limitations. So I don't
Yeah.
I don't prefer.
That's why I said I found it simple because there are nothing much to do in it. It's
But
just like manual simple stuff you
yes,
can do.
but
But
that is
in Postman there are so many details and options.
yeah, but that is what a company is looking for. Every company is looking for. I mean, yeah, that is
Okay.
okay. So we are done with authorization and chaining of requests. Okay, these are done, and this is also done. Variable okay. Now we did discuss about data-driven testing. Okay, we did discuss about data-driven testing. And I said that we use XML, sorry, CSV file more, and JSON we haven't discussed about JSON at all. So what I found is we can go to this here. I mean, we can go to convert CSV to JSON. We can use this any of the links. Okay, any of the links we can use it, and then you can go ahead and sorry, choose file and choose a file, and we have I think and yeah, data one. No, data one, which one was this? Yeah, we can go with data one and open, and then we can go ahead and convert CSV to JSON. Okay, it has been converted to JSON. Okay, now we can go ahead and download the result. So this one has been converted to JSON file. Now you can use this JSON file in order to do a data-driven testing. But it's very rarely used. Like if I go in here, let me quickly do it. Uh, okay, I'll go with REQRES. Okay. And login, email box, register, register, copy link address. Mm, request. This data driven and first and copy this body Georgeson and here Now we create a CSV file for this. Let's create a CSV file. Mm, onwards. Okay. So we need email and password as a headers, right? So let's go with email and password. Excel and file, save as, browse, desktop, test data driven, and we save it as CSV, save, and we what are the how are the headers? Email lowercase and password lowercase. Okay, email, password. The first one would be this is a this is a positive data. Okay, and the password would be pistol, and then we blank and here pistol. Then we copy the email and then blank in here. Then we put something 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we put some random in here and save it. Now come in here. Process of come in here and okay, put do one thing. Create a collection. Say REQRES data driven, and then we put this in here. Now coming to the collection, we go ahead and run the collection. Here we select the file, Yoda, desktop, just driven. Okay, so this is what the information we have used. Uh, Upload to workspace, no, not required, use locally. Okay, so sorry, preview. So this is the information which we have. Okay, the only thing we need to do here is we come in here. We need to change this as a variable. How do we change this as a variable?
Double curly brackets, double curly brackets,
Yes.
and then you put and then double.
Hmm. Okay. Save it. And come in here, runner, and then run this. Okay. So we haven't added anything here. Let me add one of the script in here. And what should be the output? 200 should be the response. So let me add a script of 200 once. Okay, save. Now we run the collection. Oh, sorry. Mm, we run the collection. Okay, and select file, select from computer, test. Okay, just locally run. Okay, we have the right one. So we have used CSV file. We have used the CSV file. Now, if in order to test with a JSON file, what we're gonna do here is, go in this some link, any link. You can just say convert CSV to JSON, okay, and you can use any of the links. I'm using the second link here, and then go ahead and just sorry, how CSV to JSON. Okay. Huh. Choose file, choose the file, and then desktop, test driven, and then accessible JSON. Okay, it is converted. Now we download the result. Now, once it is downloaded, go in here, close all tabs, run the collection once again. Now we are using JSON file, okay, not the CSV file. We are using JSON file, okay, which we have converted. Select file, select from computer, downloads, test driven JSON, okay, the extension is JSON. Open, and we have the same information, use locally, run. We got the same results. So this is how, I mean, in order to convert from CSV to JSON, just use any of the links, any of the website links, and then you can go ahead and use that particular file. Don't I mean, don't put efforts in creating a JSON file from your end, because it will be like in this way, okay? Email and password. It is what the JSON format is all about, right? So don't take that effort. Don't strain yourself. Just use some of the links, and if you have the JSON file, then do one thing. If you have the JSON file, then go ahead and convert JSON to CSV, and use any of the links and convert it from JSON to CSV and use that link for the data driven testing. Okay, is it understood?
Yes, yes, Ashish.
Okay. Now, one last thing which we need to discuss about today is file upload. Okay, in I never came across this. Okay, I personally never came across this, but if any of your documentation says while testing your request, you should upload a file. You should upload a file. How exactly can you upload a file in Postman? Okay, how exactly can you do it? um okay, delete this. Now keep it, let's keep it. Okay, I'll go to this public express, and in here file upload. Okay, only in post file upload file upload can only be done in post request, put slash fetch request. Okay, only file upload can be done, and mostly used 99 100% is used in only in post, put and fetch request. Okay, how exactly you do a file upload is go to the post request. Okay, go to the post request, and in here, rather than selecting raw JSON, okay, in documentation it will be provided stating that we have to upload a file. And okay, why exactly we need to upload a file? Let's say here in products, add a product. Okay, add a product is given in the body itself, but at times developer says, okay, I'm not giving the body information to you, I'm providing you a file with list of information in list of body information in that particular file. So how do you do how do you upload a file? How do you upload that particular file is go in here. Same, it's all the same. I mean, post request and all the same. But rather than selecting raw JSON, you select form data. You select form data tab. Okay, this is one of the option, form data tab. And in the key, you select file. Once you selected the file option, okay, from text, you select a file option. Once you selected the file option, in the value, click here, click. Once you have clicked, then you will find an option, new file from local machine. Click on that, then select where exactly you have that particular file. Let's say I have this file, okay, and it has been uploaded. Then it says that it is not shared by anyone. We can leave it to that. Okay, we don't want to share it. If we want to share it, then you can click on this upload files to team, but we don't want to share it, so we can keep it in this way. Save it, then send it. then you can it should show like 200 successful, but here this is not I mean this request doesn't upload a file, so that is the reason it is giving 413 request entity too large. I think we can, if it is too large, I think we can go the lesser file. Hopefully this works. uh, it's just two files. Let me remove this one. Keep it and see, let's see if it works. It worked. So this is how you test. This is how you test if you have a file rather than the post body information provided to you by the developer. And there is a second option. Second option, rather than going to form data, you go to binary section tab. Click here, and you can select the file from here. Copy and then save, send. So see again 200. Okay. So these are the two options. These are the two options which you can use in order to upload a file to your post request. If if body information is not provided to you in this format, if body information is not provided to you in this format and it is provided to you in the file format, then go with form data or binary tabs. By form data, you need to go in here and you can give the name here. You can give some file we need. Okay. And then select the file option. Okay. And then you will have this option in order to update the file. So this is a most important thing which I wanted to discuss actually. So how exactly you upload a file using the form data tab or a binary tab. Okay.
Okay.
Any
And
question?
what is the use
Uh,
of this graph QL and the other one, this the
GraphQL is a
XWW?
GraphQL is a complete different APIs. Complete different API. I mean, it is not REST API. GraphQL
Okay.
is a complete different API. Like, I think, let me get this. Mm, types. Here we have see. API protocols, architecture styles, and languages. SOAP is one of the API architecture. REST is one of the API architecture. RPC is one. XML RPC is one of the one. Then JSON RPC is one of the architecture. gRPC is one. WebSocket is one. GraphQL is one of the API architecture. So in here, if you come in here, I think GraphQL and gRPC. I think we can also test gRPC APIs using Postman, but I'm not finding that option here. No, I'm not finding that option yet. So that is a completely different API architecture, Nadia. Like we have SOAP APIs, like in the same way we have GraphQL APIs, but we are not discussing about GraphQL APIs. We are discussing about REST APIs.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. GraphQL, I don't know how to test them, to be honest. It's completely new for me too. Um, and I never tested GraphQL APIs in my career, to be honest. It's always been SOAP and REST. Only these two I have worked on, not GraphQL.
The most
If I find any, what is any video or any series on GraphQL, then definitely I'll share it in the group.
okay.
But I never found any. I mean, I never worked on GraphQL till now. I never had that option to work or test or I know, to be honest, yeah, if I never worked or tested, then I never learned it as well. But I think it's
Okay,
all it's all one and the same GraphQL. Maybe I'll check and yeah, I'll share the video as well. Okay.
okay. Thank you.
So yeah, so that is all for today. Any questions? Any doubts? Any
No, sis,
questions?
thank you. Thank
No,
you.
it's
Anyone? Anyone is having none? Then we can
It
say
was it was very informative today. We did some
great.
repetition and we add new things. That is good.
Yeah. So thank you.
Yes.
Tomorrow, you're welcome. Tomorrow, please make sure that you have Newman installed on your system. Okay, because we will be exporting, importing, and sharing collection, and we will be running the collection on the Newman tool using command tool, and also we will be generating reports using the Newman tool. So yeah, please do have Newman on your systems. Okay.
Okay,
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 okay.
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
will
so
Thank
look
you.
much,
into
Thank
it.
you.
Ashish.
Thank
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 you.
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 Thank you,
Have a
everyone.
nice
You